Elon, a high school student, is shivering in bed inside a dorm at night. He feels a presence by his window and immediately thinks it's the rumored female ghost who wanders their dorm after midnight. It's said that she once attended their school and, after a bad breakup, hanged herself in the male dorm. Lon frets regrets not taking the bus home earlier because tickets were sold out, and because it's the holidays right now. He's the only person inside. Lon stumbles along before collapsing in a miserable heap, wondering if there will be another ghost story involving a student who passed away from a fever in the dorm. Suddenly, the female ghost appears before him and asks him if he has seen her rope. Lon is unfazed and only wonders if she'll possess him right then. He finds the idea of possession appealing and wants her to take control of him so she can make him go to the clinic and get himself treated. He grabs the ghost's clothing, pleading with her to possess him, which freaks the ghost out and causes her to try her spooky routine again. When he reaches her and hugs her, feeling relieved at her coldness, the ghost pushes him away. Land pauses, sensing that something is amiss. He looks in the mirror, thinking that it should be his face that he is seeing given that the ghost is inhabiting his body. He is perplexed as to why he appears to be the ghost instead. Land addresses the ghost that is reflected in the mirror, who is stunned. He tells her not to be shy and assures her that he is a nice person, but it only gets him an unimpressed look from her when he requests that when Lon is outside the school, he hears a woman's voice that leads him to the witty area of the school. Lon is shocked to see the beautiful owner of the store inside their campus, who is being held down by a man whom she addresses as his headmaster while she meekly asks him to let her go. Lon is having so much fun that he considers asking the ghost to possess him more frequently. Informs him by tapping his shoulder that he is going too far. Surprised, he turns and yells. The headmaster hears the noise they're making and orders that whoever is outside come out honestly. Land shows himself and says that he just got rid of a ghost. The woman screams at his sight before fainting on the spot. The man, seemingly recognizing him, pales and calls out a hello. The stranger but freezes when he sees another ghost with a large knife on his head screaming. He punches the guy and sends him hurtling away. Then the female ghost appeared. Invading her body, Chow Kyoman accuses Lu of being responsible for her death because justice wasn't present. Lon repeatedly slaps the headmaster to see if he can move after being surprised that she took control. The headmaster informs Shaman of what transpired and the retribution she has already exacted on the two men who violated her. Lu fumbles to claim that he never wanted her dead and that all he did was conceal the information, because the school would be in trouble if it were made public. He places the blame on his bosses, claiming that they would not promote him if he didn't expel her for calling the police. Lon is disgusted by what he heard and thinks the ghost's suicide was the headmaster's fault. Lon believes that the headmaster deserves death, but he pities you who will get into trouble if Lu dies. Recalling how kind she was, Lon persuades Tenoman not to kill Leo but to have the elderly man surrender himself to the police so that he can be arrested. Tieman responds that though she's already dead, she still carries the bad reputation of committing suicide because she messed around with guys. She then menacingly asks him what his reputation would be when the ghost conjures a rope. Lon plans to use it to punish the headmistress. She chokes the old man with it, but when Lon begs the ghost not to kill him, the ghost releases the rope, giving Lu one last chance. She threatens to kill him if he won't restore her reputation. She then claims that if it weren't for her master, she wouldn't have been able to stop herself from strangling him. When she agrees with him, Lon is surprised that she can talk to him. She then reveals that because Lon entered her body, he has full control and that she can neither talk to him nor control her body without his permission. Lon is surprised and wonders if he is the master that the Siaman was referring to as Lee flees. When Land asks why the ghost is possessing her rather than the other way around, she responds that if that were the case, then Land's appearance should have been present. While the headmaster is running, Lon, who is currently in control of the ghost's body, is about to follow him because he doesn't want to leave her there. Lon is perplexed, wondering if it's possible to possess a ghost. Siaman suggests that he carry her, so he lifts her up while admiring how curvy her body is. Later, when Lu stops to rest, Lon frightens him by blowing air on his nape. The terrified man runs away screaming, which causes Land to laugh. Suddenly, they are stopped by two ghostly men, one of whom has a knife on his head. The larger ghost is also one of the ghosts, and both are stopped by the ghost with the knife. Hua moves to attack the female ghost in an attempt to show her who's in charge after she beat up his friend, but Lon is unfazed and strikes first, and Hua manages to dodge. The ghost punches him out of anger, but he barely feels the impact. When Teoman compliments Lance's strength while feeling embarrassed, he responds that it's the enemies who are weak. However, she reveals that Hua is strong and even has the potential to be a soul king, so a punch from him would have obliterated her chances of departing this world. When he asks her what she means, she explains that she means that Hua is capable of becoming a soul king. She responds that only those who have deep grievances would come into contact with humans, which shocks Land, who then muses aloud that her grievances will disappear. The headmaster turns in himself, which she confirms, saying she'll regain her freedom quickly as they pursue the elderly man at the police station. Leo yells for help, claiming that a ghost is pursuing him. The policeman doesn't see any ghosts, but the headmaster notices a ghost passing through the windows. Unsure of what to do next, the headmaster wonders if they should hide, but Seoman assures him that they don't have to because she can decide who can see her and who can't. Lu gets more agitated, claiming that the ghost is right outside the door, but after dropping you off at her house. Land feels amazing for doing such a kind deed. He recalls the fun he had that night, but as soon as he considers lightly groping the unconscious woman, Land slips out of Shaman's ghost body and begins to feel feverish once more. Seniamin expresses her gratitude to him profusely and pledges to repay him. When he notices that she has changed, the darkness has been replaced with light. Tiamin reveals a pretty girl who is grinning. She thanks him again while holding his hand, making him feel shy. He makes a promise to take care of her before picturing a sweet romance between the two of them. His fantasies are crushed when she tells him that she can't be with him because she has a feeling that she's going to leave soon. Land is shocked by her beauty and reminds her of her statement that someone is supposed to pick her up. Suddenly he waves goodbye and wishes that she has a better life in another world as Cheoman senses that it is time for her to ascend, making Land wonder if she is going to heaven. However, her essence pauses and she hovers in the air for a considerable amount of time, making Land start to worry. He approaches and tries to converse with her when she suddenly starts falling, and Cheoman's foot hits Law. When Cheoman asks Lan if she can help him up, she does so while he asks her what happened. When Seoman claims that someone asked her for a toll fee but she didn't have any money, they chased her away and she returned. When Land hears that you have to pay to enter heaven, he is shocked and asks Seoman to whom she will be paying the fees. She responds that it is the Kitian, a sizable business that provides services to the heavens and the earth spirit realm, who currently control the soul pathway for spirits to enter heaven, leaving them on earth to suffer even if they were to lose their soul. All the information he is now hearing is making him queasy, especially given that he still has a fever. When Shaun questions him about whether or not he really means what he said earlier, that he would protect her, Land boldly replies in the affirmative before asking her why she is just now asking him. Land then requests that he pay the toll fee so she can enter heaven, which is equal to 50 million Earth currency. Lan is shocked by how expensive the fee is and tells her that he doesn't have that much money as he is only a high school student. She assures him that he shouldn't worry because his money on Earth, when converted to the currency of the spirit realm or Kitians, doesn't amount to much, and she's also going to help him earn the money. She gives him her spirit weapon, comparing it to a magical treasure because mortals can't see it and it can capture any target. Seoma responds that she recovered her body in the beam, but it will only last for a short time before she is floating again. As Lan continues to think that Seoma is different from before she entered the beam, Cheoman dissolves into smoke and declares that she is going to rest in the rope to recover her power. She wishes him luck. She is still suspicious despite Land's hasty explanation that he was rushing to the clinic due to a fever, and he sees the ghost with the knife on his head lurking around the corner behind her. Land begs you to help him get to the clinic, and after sighing she relents. At the clinic, Land lies in bed with fluids attached to him. He notices that you look worried about the headmaster, which he doesn't understand because he's a disgusting person. Eventually she tells him she needs to go home because her son is sick. Lan wants to pursue the ghost, so he begs Teoman to be his subject. Teoman declines, saying that she can't be seen in the daylight, and she quickly enters her rope, sending Land into a rage because he is no match for Spirit. Later, Land goes to the store and peeps inside. He notices you with a dark aura, and even Siaming remarks that she doesn't seem to be acting normally, and suggests bringing her after putting his phone in his boxer. Land is convinced that the woman has been possessed. When he tries to open the window to let fresh air in, but to his surprise, Lan easily stops her attack because her strength is nothing compared to his. Lan enters the store pulling the shutters up so that sunlight will come inside in a creepy manner, asking him if he wants to buy anything. Shaun reaffirms his strength and informs him that this is his opportunity to capture you under the sun. He grabs her waist and drags her toward the light as you scream.